Brian and I are going to do maybe a little bit of Q&A today while we're out here eating. Say hello, familia. Welcome back to LLVT. You got Christina and Bunso here, our little foodie at Quezon Eats. Got a DM from a local restaurateur here in BGC that wants him to come and check out his restaurant and give an honest review. So we are here with Abu, one of the owners of La Mierda. I want to make sure I say it right. In Filipino, it means something different than it does in Spanish.
We had to think of a name that actually embodies like the being so free-spirited and Filipino attitude of not caring too much.
Tell our viewers a little bit about your spot here.
Our menu is mainly Filipino pasta. We have burgers, and it's actually very modern.
It is. It's a very good mix. I already got a little peek at the menu and did order our food, and I appreciate there's a really good mixture of a little bit of everything on there.
Spanish food, Filipino food, American food,
And what did you order, Bunso?
chicken.
Immediately when they brought this out, the Parmesan scent is just so strong. Dip in ranch. Perfect. It's not as strong as the scent itself. It's slightly subtle along with that crisp, savory chicken. Falls apart in your mouth. I love the Parmesan.
Okay, so what inspired you to be a business owner?
Okay, so it all started when I was living in Singapore. I was working as an architectural assistant for a big architecture company in Singapore. And then one day I just realized that I'm not happy with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to do something that has to do with people. One of my friends actually invited me to invest in a club in BGC. And that's when it started my F&B experience.
All right, Kuya.
Nice and tender and juicy. I can just see all of its juices and the gravy just coming out when I cut into it.
Texture's a bit rough, but the flavor itself is savory. I really like that. I'm gonna try it with mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes taste like they have a tad bit of butter in it. That's a really nice mashed potato. I've never had one like that before, so kind of hard to compare it to another food.
I agree with Cason's assessment. Flavor-wise, it's really, really good, but it is definitely more chewy, so it might have been cooked just a little bit too long. Flavor, though, is on point. If you got a chance to meet yourself 8 years ago, but today, doing business, taking that risk, making that choice, what would you tell yourself?
Take risks, and whenever there's an opportunity for you to get out of the box, just go for it, because you never know what's gonna happen in the future. That's it.
Good advice. All right, so mommy did kare kare, but this one has a lechon kawali in it. We get a little bit of this guy on the top. That peanutty flavor is super forward, so good. It's very thick. It's a beautiful gravy. The bagoong pairs really, really well with it. That lechon is so tender, but it's also super crispy on the outside. So it just adds a whole other texture. You got that creamy and crispy, the salty, the peanutty. That's really good. So next is this piece with the rice. It's so amazing to me how something so easy as rice can change or alter the flavors of a dish. It almost makes it even creamier. It brings out that peanutness in there. The peanutness, is that a word? It is now.
What is this?
It is kare kare with lechon kawali.
I just love how crispy this is because of the way that it's cooked. Along with the rice, it's like Mom also said, it just makes a huge difference because rice just goes well with so many dishes. I don't think there's a wrong thing that you can pair rice with. Kind of hard to get over the flavor of savory peanut butter, but it's just so good once you try it. It's another one of those unique combinations that you can never know how good it is until you try it.
At night, we turn into a bar. We have DJs on Fridays and Saturdays. And then Wednesdays we have ladies' night, so girls can train from 8 to 11 for like 800 pesos. People who really want to watch drag for free, they can watch here at the Mirror. We have happy hour from 3 to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. Hangout after office, 1-for-1 drinks.
Thank you, Mr. Vu. I really like the steak and all of it. Super good.
Suka for the lechon. Something about that vinegar with that crunchy piece of pork. It just makes it so much better. So we are sitting out here between the 1 and 2 Meridian buildings, and I think Daddy's gonna ask me some Q&A. So let's get to it, love.
Says, did you teach your kids a Tagalog and Spanish language? Hope they know both. I don't know how you pronounce it.
Well,
I'm
in
sorry
Tagalog
for
it's
butchering.
Angeles,
Yeah.
and in Spanish it might be Angeles as well. As far as teaching the kids both languages, we are not in the process of teaching them both. Working on Tagalog mainly because we're in the Philippines, and to me it just makes sense for them to learn a little more Tagalog.
Maraming makikita sa palengke. There's a lot to see in the market.
Jovi.
I'm not gonna try
We'll
to
say
pronounce.
Jovi.
How much is your cost of living?
Ooh, cost of living. Okay, so this is something that we haven't actually gotten into because for us it is a very personal question.
But I think, can you share though, for a 1-bedroom, what the range of rent is, and
Range of
also
rent
for
a
2-bedroom?
Personally, I want to do a lot more research on that because I want to give our viewers a really good comprehensive idea of what they could expect. I have seen some 1-bedrooms as low as 20,000 pesos a month. I think that converts to what, $400 US roughly? And those are in decent, clean neighborhoods, clean buildings. They can actually go up to 2 to 3 times more than that for a 1-bedroom, depending on where you're living. So it really just depends on what you're looking for in terms of a building and the amenities that are going to come along with it, as well as the location. So we moved. We're right outside of Oro now because the lighting over here is much better.
Aldel said, wants to know, how long are you going to stay in the Philippines, and are the kids going to school?
Who? Adele? We are indefinitely here in the Philippines. We don't really have a timeline. We have one-way tickets. We are going to continue to keep the kids in homeschooling for as long as we can sustain that homeschooling model. It just makes things so much easier for us. There's so much flexibility in it when we're homeschooling them because we're not tied to a school schedule.
Okay, next, Mr. Dreamboy wants to know, what's your behind the scenes?
Kuya, this is the behind the scenes. Kuya's over here yelling and the microphone is picking it up. The kids earlier were fighting shenanigans, I think, that happen behind the scenes. They're most often caught in the bloopers. So if you go check out our Instagram for LLVT, for Livin' La Vida Tagalog, if you go check out @CaseandEats, you'll probably see a lot more of the behind the scenes and even the things that we're doing on a day-to-day basis, because we usually post those things in our stories.
Hashtag save the kittens, people. Save the kittens.
Yvonne comments very often. Hi, Yvonne.
As a family, you're still planning to buy a house and lot. Time is flying and the children are growing. They might look for their own room later.
We are definitely planning on buying our own piece of land, but my hope is to get like an actual piece of land out somewhere, preferably by the beach, but that also gives us the ability to have animals at some point. So we'll see.
This is a question that you never answered.
Yeah, I did.
Knowing what you know now, what tips and advice would you give to people that are planning to move in the Philippines, and are you guys adjusted or still adjusting to the Philippine lifestyle?
We are very much adjusted. I was walking down the street earlier today and just kind of looking around thinking, wow, this is my life. This is my new neighborhood. This is my new normal. As far as tips or advice that I would give is to plan and prepare as much as you possibly can. Don't expect everything to work out perfectly according to plan, but embrace that. Embrace that change, embrace that challenge, and really take the time to enjoy it.
So this should be a quick one. It's from Junior OG. Are all of you dual citizens?
No, we are not.
Next, this is from Aries Gemv. Do you know the family vlogger Mom Duty? They are from California too. Y'all should meet if you haven't already.
Oh, we love Mom Duty. We have gotten the opportunity to meet them. I'm sorry, can you just give me 1 second? We have met Mom Duty. We absolutely love them. We actually got to celebrate Nelvin's birthday with them recently, and it was absolutely fabulous.
From Bernie Espinosa, good day, Miss Christina. Is the whole family planning to go to Batanes maybe in the coming Holy Week?
Kuya Bernie, thank you so much for always commenting on all of our vlogs. I don't anticipate that we will be there during the Holy Week itself, but we do want to go to Batanes. Did I say that right?
Batanes.
Say it, Roro.
Batanes.
Batanes, yes.
So this next one is from U140550. That's their username. It says, I'm new to the channel. He wants to know if you're Mexican American.
I am. I've recently taken a DNA test, and I actually learned that I'm Spanish European descent. So I do identify as Mexican American because that is where my roots came from. That's where I was taught that I was from. You're the Spanish one,
Yes.
Kuya is the Filipino one,
I'm
right?
Mexican American. Yes.
Okay, next question is from Marjorie Cadania. I wish you will show your hubby's face, or is he camera shy?
I'll let Rowan answer that one. Is Daddy camera shy?
He actually isn't camera shy. He just doesn't want to be in the vlog.
So it's not that he doesn't want to be in the vlog. It is, he is so busy filming. He is busy getting all the incredible shots that you all see, the B-roll. You do see him sometimes though in passing. I will catch him. I call it the Where's Waldo moments. Hey, there's Waldo again.
Yeah. Where's Waldo?
Where's Brian?
Mom, if
Roro
I'm not-
loves doing Q&A.
I love it.
Joseph Cortez wants to know, what's a job market look like for us coming from the U.S.?
I don't know. I wish I had an answer to that question.
So can I just say, let me add to that. Philippines is a very education-centric country.
Hold on, give me the camera.
Hi, am I going to be on the vlog? For most folks to get a job at the retail as a cashier, these people are college degree holders. It's a competitive market.
And so to add to that, here, take it. This is a really good conversation that we're having. If your current company or a company that you are working with, talking to, will allow you to work overseas remotely, that's what I would do.
Trending celebrities worldwide. I know she's always posting on the
posting.
comment section.
Fun.
She wants to know, have you tried the filling station in Makati and the
No.
Seoul Sky in Circuit Makati?
We've seen the filling station in our spaghetti episode comments quite a bit. We haven't tried them, so
This one's come from J.E. Last name is Lang, L-A-N-G. Congratulations. Vlog is inspirational to many. Perhaps would you share tips on how much a homeschooling program and family health insurance costs?
all right, homeschooling program. We are very fortunate because I think we pay less than 1,000 US for
1,000 US? You
For-
guys never told me that.
both kids for the entire
Less than
year.
that. It's like $800.
Yeah,
Oh, that's-
it includes
boys.
all of their curriculum, all of their school books, any study materials they need. And then we have the website where we go and they take their tests and they upload their progress. It is an accredited online US based schooling program. It does have a little bit of a Catholic, it is a Catholic school based program, but that's important to me because I want to make sure that they have those roots in everything that they're doing, especially now that we are here in the
Philippines.
Ooh, I choked. In the Philippines. So we signed up for the Cigna Global Health Insurance Plan. Our plan really covers more or less, I think, emergency coverage or sort of any instances where we might have to be admitted, quote unquote, to the hospital. So I will give an example. We just had to actually go to the hospital because Kason was having an issue with his ankle after riding the seesaw right across the street.
Yeah,
He
you guys
smashed his ankle, and so we took him over to the hospital. They actually had to admit him in with the ER, and we will just submit the documentation to the health plan for reimbursement. So I would say, all in all, it's pretty affordable.
Affordable is relative.
Relative.
So let me just add this. So I mean, you can go to Cigna Global to the website, and then you can punch in whatever requirement that you need. It's hard to give a number, so you just have to go there. find out and see what what you need, and then they'll tell you how much it'll cost. This is from Ramon Dumblao. Why do you say so many times about your diet, but yet you're food vlogging? I don't understand. Maybe they didn't like the fact that you kept sharing it.
We do understand, we look at the metrics, we do review some of the analytics, but ultimately we share what we are most comfortable sharing as a family, what is okay with us sharing, as do so many other families out there. I think what sets us apart sometimes, not always, but sometimes, is that we're not afraid to share a lot more of the real moments, the difficult stuff, the emotional things.
Someone commented recently they didn't like how you were trying to discipline Rowan.
I responded to that comment as honestly and politely as I possibly could, and that's what I expect myself to do. He crossed a boundary that I was uncomfortable with. I was in the middle of talking, I was talking to the camera. The kids know when they're not allowed to interrupt, and at that point he was interrupting me. So I asked him to step aside. I don't think it's out of line, I don't think it's unfair, but he has a question now.
I can answer that. I do interrupt Mom a lot with this vlog. I don't notice that she doesn't want me to bother her.
So I think with Rowan it's a little different because
I'm a little more difficult. Even that.
He just said it himself. He's a little more difficult. So we cannot ask him to, hey, Rowan, can you talk about X, Y, and Z? He
has
doesn't
his own
interpret
mind.
that. Yeah.
Sometimes I can.
Let me just share some context. So I think that gives people the real perspective of what it's like to have a camera with us as a family, and being as parents, raising two young kids and setting those boundaries. So what you're seeing there is a delicate balance.
It really is. And it's a super delicate balance for me because I was raised very differently in a household where we had very strict boundaries. And so for me, when they're hitting that point of that hard stop, I am trying to make sure that they don't get me to a level where I'm like, no.
Oh my!
Kaysen saw puppies.
All right, so there goes Rowan. So, case in point.
Yes,
we can't keep him
literally
here.
Both just took off chasing after some cute dogs.
There's a bunch more questions and stuff. We can do this all night, but this will be the last question for today. Andy wants to know, why did you choose to live there in Philippines rather than here in America?
For me, it just made sense to try something different, see a new place, experience something else in life. In the US, I lived in San Francisco Bay Area, I lived in Southern California, I lived in South Carolina, but I wanted to know about the world. And so I wanted to take my kids to other areas of the world so they could learn more about different cultures, different people, different ways of being raised, different ways of understanding other humans in general. Honestly, I wouldn't change anything at all. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Livin La Vida Tagalog. Ask us more questions. We love to answer them, whether it's in the comments or on a future vlog. It's really important to us to make sure that we are connecting with each and every one of you as much as we possibly can.
Ring that tiny bell right there. Ring it. Ring it.
Salamat and ingat till next time. He's very particular in the way that he wants things done.
Yes, I am.
Rowan. I'm so sorry
Brian,
for
look at-
butchering the
look at-
last name.
Look at these two. They're so naughty.
Enough.
Okay, back up.
Look, he's throwing up, dude.
Did you choke him?
You tell him first what you're doing.
I don't know. Do I look prettier?
Let's continue. So,
I don't know when you're getting an Akita. It's not when you're living with me.
I mean, I'm just saying, if I get an Akita, I gotta name it Akuma.
Can't use that.
Oh! Sorry. Cut that out! Cut that out!
Background in medical public health.
medical public health, I don't think that's a thing.
In
It's
4-minute process to get microphones turned on. Okay.
All right, ready? So the first question, did you teach your, oh no, my, oh no.
It's pronounced Benipe.
I think it's rolling.
Oh, we're rolling. Can you stop for just a minute to close out mommy's video with her?
Ragdoll! Ragdoll!
Ano ko ba? No. No more ragdolls. There's people walking.
Okay.
Okay.